They're looking to do it again. And right here is where they need to start, by taking out a team like Tyson Mentality. If we come out and we see Right Turtle with a strong 2-0 against Tyson Mentality, who we've seen take a lot of teams to the distance today, then I will be very impressed with Right Turtle, because that means that they did not come in here slacking. They did not come into this qualifier. They knew that this was the only qualifier that they were going to play. They played less qualifiers than Just Us this month. Just Us, they played in 2. They didn't make the first one. Like, let's not forget that. Just Us is not going to be a top 2 seed coming into this main event. They're gonna be having that 3rd seed, which is just, we've never seen it before. So you never know what could happen and what teams could be meeting up early. And I'm excited to see it, because there's definitely going to be some shaky things going down in the bracket, simply because of Just Us going to that third seed. So let's go ahead and check out the series layout for the grand finals, because I'm extremely excited, to see what. Ooh, I like it. Favelas Demolition. Haven't seen that in a while. And then we got Palace King of the Hill. Now, I'm a fan of this one. Palace King of the Hill is fun to watch and fun to cast, and even fun to play myself, man. I really enjoy that map. So much fun. Love the new maps that they're adding. And then we got Windward Demolition to cap it all off. I'm going to be honest. Looking at these maps, I like it for Tyson Mentality. I'm going to be honest. I like Tyson Mentality in Palace and Windward. I like them on Palace Demolition or Palace King of the Hill, and I like them on Windward Demolition. Now, Favelas Demolition, Right Turtle has been playing Favelas Demolition for a year now. So they're very confident in that as a squad. They know what they like to do, but the thing is that this is a new meta. So the question is can a team like Tyson Mentality that has come up in this new meta, will they be able to shock the side of Right Turtle and be able to take them out in this series? That's what I'm excited to see, man. This is going to be a good one. I love the maps that were picked out here. Shout out to CMG, man. This is absolutely an incredible tournament, man. Like I said, if you guys ever want to enter it, just go ahead and go to checkmategaming.com, man. Always check out the CMG tournaments that they got going on, whether it's Rogue Company or any other games, man. Big shout out to them. And man, Fawn, what are you thinking about this series layout, man? How are you feeling about it?
Well, I was just thinking about how funny it was that we have Palace as King of the Hill when about 2 weeks ago when me and Blue were casting, how Palace was a demolition map. Now we're seeing it on King of the Hill. Grand Finals definitely has a very, very good map in the pool right now. Favelas Demolition is something I haven't seen in a while either. Most of the time it's been the second map. Most of the time it's been King of the Hill that I've been seeing Favelas on. But seeing Demolition here, I like the look of it. I like where it's going in terms of the series layout so far, as once again, it's still best of 3. So we either get taken to a game 3 or somebody could end up being 2-0'd here. I think Favelas is a great map to start off on. I really enjoy watching this map as well. A lot of teams really like the utilization of intel here. I've seen Seeker a few times on this map. I've seen Talon a few times on this map. More so Seeker than Talon on this map, more specifically to try and see if they can get those nooks and crannies in terms of what they're revealing. I think it's a great, great map to use your intel on. And I think that Favelas is just a good map in general. We have Palace as well for King of the Hill. I think this map will be very interesting to see on King of the Hill, because I don't believe I've seen this map personally with King of the Hill. I've seen this map with Demolition, but not with King of the Hill. So it'll be interesting to see how these players and teams are going to adapt to playing on this so uniquely, right? Like Demolition, King of the Hill, 2 very different game modes, 2 very different types of play styles. And Palace, I think, will be interesting to see that sort of come forward. And then if we do get taken to a game 3, we're on Windward once again. We've seen this map all day, and I'm excited to potentially end on it, depending on how both of these teams play. If it follows the trend of today, it definitely will go to a game 3. Of the first map goes great, and then they lose the next 2 maps, whoever it may be. So,
yeah, have we seen a 2-0 yet today? Or have all of the series we've casted went all 3 maps? The first one?
The very first one, I believe quarterfinals was a 2-0. I don't think quarterfinals went to game 3. I believe quarterfinals was a 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So
It's been a lot of great series regardless.
Yeah.
It's been an awesome day of Rogue Company content,
I
man. I hope
agree.
you guys have been enjoying it as much as we have, man, because it's just been a pleasure to cast this bad boy. And man, Right Turtle versus Tyson mentality. You can't ask for a better final match for a qualifier, as this is the last series that we're gonna see before the main event, guys. This is it. This is all the marbles right here. Everything, you got to put it on the line, simply because
Yeah.
when we see these teams in 1 week, that's where you really got to show your stuff, man. That's where you got to show what you're really made of. You got to come out ready. You got to come out swinging. You got to be fully practiced. Everything's got to be clicking, man. Your rogues got to be good to go. Make sure everything's
Mhm.
mastered. Make sure all whatever you got ready is whatever you need to get ready is ready. That way, you guys will be ready to win as many matches as possible, because all these teams, there's so many good teams this month. It's incredible. Just the changes that have been happening to the Rogue Company CMG
Mhm.
10K tournament every month, just the small improvements, whether it's maps, whether it's rules, whether it's modes, things like that. It's just been making the game better and better and competitive. And you absolutely love to see the
Mhm.
changes that they're making every single month, because it just makes it so exciting, man. I remember when they first introduced King of the Hill. We used to not even play King of the Hill. We used to only play Demolition, man. That was good old times, man. It's
Mhm.
crazy. You look back on things like that and forget that where we came from, man. You love to see it, man. So big props to CMG yet again for putting these things together every single month. They've been doing it now for what, like, was it now 10 months now? I think they're going on right now
Yeah.
that they've
It's
been putting
it's it's
these
been a
these events
while. Yeah.
together. So yeah, since last November. So yeah, it's been about 10 months now. That's huge, man. So big props to them. Much respect to them for putting these on,
Mhm.
showing love to this game, because this game, we all love it, man. That's why we're all here. So that's why we're all watching. We got the bands coming in though, because we're getting ready to get to this final matchup, man. And I'm
Mm.
super excited because favelas, we've seen it before. Tyson mentality gonna be banning the
Yes, sir.
Lancer. Okay, interesting. They said we're not gonna let EMS flank, and we're not going to let him do it for free. And I'm
Mhm.
not even mad at that. I'm guessing that they're going to be on offense if they're going to be banning out the Lancer first, as Lancer is usually used on defense on this map. But Runway right now going to be the ban for Right Turtle. This is interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Fawn?
I think that this is a map where she really, really does well on. I think the essence of utility and making sure that you have that utility, since both bomb sites are pretty. There's good spots where you can plant on either of these bomb sites, but having an area like garage means that utility fleshes out literally whoever is in there, right? It is more of a choke point, sort of. It's more of a smaller point. It's a lot smaller of a bomb point, and you have to be a lot more cautious with that. Having incense, having nades, those going in there, and having a runway at your back to be able to do that not only stalls out so much, but it also prevents anybody from getting in if you're the ones trying to push in. But if you're the ones trying to push in, if that is the case with the runway, right? So I definitely would be really. I am all for Right Turtle banning runway. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially when you think about what she brings to the table and how much utility you actually need on this map.
100%. Yeah. Runway right now is so good. There's so many spots that you can just throw that briefcase on defense and just
Mhm.
let your team replenish as much as you want. You usually see Runway, she'll toss that suitcase next to the yellow truck or something, and it's pretty hard on defense to get rid of that in that spot, or on offense, excuse me. So the defending team is just able to set up, go back, get some more utility, and
Mhm.
come back and reset up. So it looks like Right Turtle is not going to be wanting to deal with that, and rightfully so. So we have a lot of power picks that are still available, still able to be picked right now. There's been talks of potentially, we talk about the changes. I know that I've volleyed for this. I feel like it's about time for two bans. I messaged Scott. I had to tell him, look, man, there's a lot of rogues out here, and
Mhm.
I understand that Switchblade is very strong, but it is kind of fun to let her through
Yeah.
every once in a while. So who knows? Maybe we'll
Yeah.
see two bans in the future where like every rogue is allowed, and if you don't want to play it, just ban it. Simple as that. Who knows, man?
Mhm.
There's rumors of different things coming in the future, but you never really know what the final decision will be until they announce it. So I'm just gonna sit back and wait.
Right.
But either way, the fact that they're working on it has me super excited. So also rumors of some new modes potentially coming in, some new competitive modes, so that might be interesting as well. But nothing official yet, so it's nice to speculate. But regardless, this is going to be an intense match. Number one, you love to see it. Favelas, we've been watching this in competitive for a year now. Like, it's customs have been
Yeah.
out almost a year ago to the date. Actually, customs came out, I believe, the 21st of last year.
Mhm.
So yeah, like this was a couple days after customs finally dropped. So, definitely had one of the first custom tournaments. And so it's nice to see, custom tournaments having their year anniversary here at this third qualifier, how far this game has come from, kill race tournaments back in the day where, you got to do it in pubs to now where we're able to do
Mhm.
everything, man. And I'm just super excited, man. This is going to be good. The bands are making for an exciting matchup. This right here is just going to be an intense one, and both of these teams are just extremely, extremely talented, man. And I wish that we could jump in and see exactly how talented they are now, but we're just going to let them get set up as they are taking just 1 second to finish up a couple things. So we'll be right back. We're going to go to a quick 3-minute break, and we'll be right back, guys. Don't miss out. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. Salute to everybody that is tuned in, man. We are still just waiting on a couple more things to get finished up, and then we'll be hopping into the game shortly. But we know that we got an amazing matchup coming up, so it is worth waiting
Mhm.
for, in my opinion, because, these two squads, like I said before we went to break, they are extremely talented. And, this squad in Muscle Freak, P Crew, Quinatic, Early Boy, they have been shocking people map after map, series after series for the last month and a half or so.
Mhm.
It seems like they have been really making a name for themselves in this Rogue Company community. And one thing that I do want to say, real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Muscle Freak personally, man. The guy has
Mhm.
literally put over 2,000 of his own dollars into the Rogue Company community, just in small community tournaments, things like that, which has been absolutely incredible to have all these comp players be able to come in and play for some extra money, because the 10K qualifiers are amazing, but having the small community tournaments that's during the week and things like that, to have him be putting up money like that was absolutely incredible, man. So big shout out to him for doing that for the Road Company community and all the top players. And all the top players are definitely grateful because obviously because they were able to get a couple more bucks in
Right.
their pockets over the last couple months. But aside from that, man, he just loves this game. He wants to see it absolutely shine. And the more people
Mhm.
that there are like that in the community is just even better, man. So I just want to give a shout out to him especially, because he's definitely been making waves in the community since he's been popping up. It's good to see people like that in the community for sure.
Yeah, I agree as well. Once again, apologies, but we're waiting on a couple more things to try and get settled before we actually head on into the next match. As of right now, you mentioned it before. Here we are, Right Turtle versus Tyson Mentality for Grand Finals. It seems like for right now that, and looking over their previous stature as well, I mean, Tyson Mentality, we saw them go against Go Fluffy Rangers earlier today. They actually ended up beating them both times in the second qualifier and the second week of the qualifier and today's qualifier as well, when we saw them go at it with Go Fluffy Rangers. They have really had a great run, honestly, but a lot of the times we've seen them sort of fall short when it comes to semifinals, when it comes to grand finals. Now here they are in grand finals. They've carried themselves all the way there last time. I believe during week 2 of the qualifier, we did see them lose to excuse me, I believe it was Beefy Buffalo. They lost during semifinals. They had an opportunity to actually make it to grands. They didn't quite make it to grands right there, and it didn't end up working out for them. And so it's good to be able to see them here. And then, of course, with Right Turtle, we've had consistent accolades, constant accolades in terms of what's been happening throughout the weeks. They lost to Just Us Roco last time. In the very first qualifier it was they had, they lost to Just Us Roco. And now you see here that they are really coming in storm. They weren't there for the second week of the qualifier, but here they are in the third week of the qualifier, just genuinely ready to, show their stuff and show what's going on.
Oh yeah, big time, big time. Yeah, both of these teams are ready, but Tyson Mentality especially, they're definitely ready for this moment. They've been waiting to get to the
Mhm.
grand finals for a long time. So, I'm sure they're
Yeah.
itching to play this one. I'm sure that their hands are still sweaty a little bit. They're still hot. They're still ready to go, man. They've been waiting for this moment to come here and finally take down one of the
Mhm.
qualifiers, man. And they're definitely more than ready. We've seen today they have that Tyson mentality. Even though they lose the first map, they come back. They come back swinging extra hard. So big props to them for sure. For sure. We're just waiting. One player is having some technical difficulties right now. Speaking of technical difficulties, man, getting set up
Mhm.
to cast today was a little bit of a stretch for me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I'm moving right now. Like you guys have no idea, man. Before we went live, man, I was struggling, man. I was sitting
Yeah.
here casting in 180p. I'm sitting here. Right now I'm in the middle of moving. My apartment won't be ready until the middle of this week. So currently I'm at a
Mhm.
hotel right now. So, that's why the wallpaper looks like 1920s tapestry. Like it just look I don't like it's clearly not my artwork, guys. I would not put
Yeah.
that in my house. And so, you know, being on hotel
Mm.
Wi-Fi, we had to make the most of it, and it was a little bit rough. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, I'm supposed to be at the embassy suites. Let me say, the Wi-Fi is anything but sweet. Okay, like it was absolutely atrocious. Man.
I
I
mean, it's
couldn't
hotel
get it to
Wi-Fi. What
work.
can you do about it?
Yeah, exactly. It's hotel Wi-Fi at the
Yeah.
end of the day. It doesn't matter if it's a $200 a night hotel. The Wi-Fi is going to be
Mhm.
terrible. It's just that simple. Like, and so I was like, what, forget this. I went on a hotspot like 5 minutes before we went live because I was like, what, I'm not going to sit
Mhm.
here and be literally a 1 pixel piece. Like, it would have just been a brown blob and it wouldn't have been moving a lot. Like, it would have been absolutely hilarious, man, to watch that. But glad I was able to get it fixed. And it looks like we are going to be able to get these things Oh, okay, it looks like we are gonna be waiting just a little bit longer. So just a little bit longer. So right now, man, Right Turtle and Tyson Mentality, they're waiting to go.
Mm.
And let's talk about Emes real quick because Emes at one time he was
Yeah,
considered
yeah,
the best respawn player in the game. Like he was hands down, in my
yeah. Mm.
opinion, the best respawn player in the game when King of the Hill initially got introduced. It was really him and P Story at that time, kind of running things, and you know that kind of changed a little bit. So, maybe he'll get his mojo back in this series. All right, guys, we are going to be jumping into it right now. Sorry for the wait. Sorry for the hesitation. Hit you with the AI crossover, man. Sorry about that, guys, but we are loading right into this amazing map favelas that we have been seeing for over a year now in Rogue Company tournaments, man. You love to see that. Man, got that amazing basketball court. This is going to be a great match, Fawn. I'm extremely excited, man. This is going to
Yeah.
be a fun one. It is going to be a fun one for sure.
It seems like for
These
right
rogues
now
are going to be
that they,
banned.
mm,
Yeah. I was going to say those bans did come through, so we're going to see Runway going to be getting her out of here as well. And
mm,
that Lancer is going to be picked as well. And now everything else is on the board, and there's a lot of options
yeah.
available. What are you expecting to see, Fawn?
Well, so far we've seen the Kestrel. So far we've seen the Dahlia. Kestrel's been locked in absolutely, an immediate lock in on the side of Kestrel. Dahlia and Dallas. Ronan being hovered on the other side here, as these character picks are coming in pretty fast. Actually, they have the Dallas Scorch, Ronan. I like Tyson Mentality's team so far. It's a very aggressive team. You can play as aggressively as you want to, especially with that intel, swinging together, making sure that you use that Ronin knife as well to clear out any corners, to force anybody from staring at certain angles. It really does offer a lot. There's a lot on the side of Tyson Mentality that you have to be scared of. And on the side of Right Turtle, you have defensive rogues being picked out. I mean, Kestrel is one of those rogues you wouldn't imagine to be defensive, but they picked her on defense. Same thing for the Vi as well, right? Making sure about it's all about slowing the push as opposed to completely being able to retake things post plant. Slowing that push is pretty important. And so that's what I've been super interested in seeing so far. And I think that this is a great draft on both sides. I'm interested to see how these guys are going to play in grand finals.
Yeah, 100%. They are going to be flying out right now. I do like the defensive Kestrel a ton. That Vi is such a solid pick on defense as well. And when you're going to be going up against a Scorch, it is going to be very, very explosive inside of this B bomb site if they are going to be pushing that, which it looks like they are going to be initially doing. So I'm excited to see how this push is going to be shaping up with these comps.
Right now, things are playing a little bit more passively, right? You have to be pretty cautious with how you do this. Cooked up the nade, trying to see if they can find anybody around the corner. No, nobody's there thanks to the fact that they get any damage off of it. So now they're going to play a little bit more in their face, is what I mean. You have the vibe poison. The minute they open that garage, that is hard for them to push onto site. Now they have to try and find some sort of way to make it on the A side instead.
Yeah, coming over to this A site. Looks like they're going to try and get that bomb down, but the Molly does come out, and double Mollies come out, and man, that is something that is scary for a Dallas, and he's going to be taken out, as Dallas, even though he has an incendiary, he can't stand being near him, and now they got themselves a 3v3 situation, able to take out that Kestrel and get the full kill. And now they're going to be planting this bomb at this B site. The Scorch does still have her ultimate, and she's going to be crouching up to this close wall, just waiting for somebody to commit, and then in that ult and trying to take them out, and there it is. Now, are they going to be able to take out the Scorch? The Scorch wasn't able to down anyone with that ult. And now this is a close gunfight. The Dallas is going to be going down. And that's 2 going down now, and now the Dahlia is alone by herself in a 1v3, able to take out one, but accidentally mantles all the way over the side and does get taken out, as that is Tyson Mentality. I believe that is Tyson Mentality picking up that round number 1. Yes, Tyson Mentality picking up that first round.
Seems like for right now that Tyson Mentality has been doing pretty well. They haven't been doing too bad in terms of how they started that off. I was a little bit concerned about the Kestrel and the Vi trying to slow down their push, but once that poison went away, it was go time from there, right? Like they full on sent. They tried to send people around through garage. They managed to get some people around garage to make sure they try and cover the side flanks. Sorry, cover the sides. No one was really watching flank because everyone was more so too concerned about making it to point. They tried to see if they can get to A, but they noticed somebody was there. So it was all about making sure they got that kill on A, proceeded up, and then overtook site, right? Like that is definitely what you want to be cautious of. That's exactly what they were able to provide here. They get one kill being by mechanic, but they actually are just pushing in now. They find their they found their advantage. They're using it.
Yeah, in an absolute warfare, the Scorch was able to come out on top. Great stuff coming out of them, and you can figure that Dallas is going to be flanking, and that's exactly what happened. And that Dallas was able to take out one, and now this is an interesting situation because if this Dallas is able to heal up and win this 1v1 fight, now it's a 1v1 straight up. Especially if you're able to heal up. The Ronin knife not going to be coming in. He's healing up in the window, and now we got a straight up 1v1 as this Dallas is going to be going up against the Ronin.
Oh,
and such a nice shot coming out of early boy, man. Good stuff coming out of him on that Ronin. Yeah, the KA-30 just a little bit better than that pistol. Unless you're able to hit those 2 headshots, you're most likely going to be losing that one.
It seems like for right now, they are at least able to have a very strong lead at 2-0 so far. As things are becoming a little bit more prominent for Tyson mentality. They've had 2-0, but this is how we've seen it start multiple times before. They've had the ability to we've seen a lot of teams start off with a 2-0 lead, and then it just has gone downhill from there for the opposite side, right? I mean, look, it is really, really changed and shaken things up despite what we've seen all day. And I'm interested to see how they're going to continue to play this, because it's a matter of, this will be the first time I believe that we'll see, if they end up winning this round, this will be the first time that we actually see them take a lead here. But that's the first person that falls on the side of Tyson mentality. One man down, and now you got to worry about 4 other members.
And when you're able to get that first pick, that's massive. But if he gets traded, that's even better. But Pulsa absolutely going insane with this KA-30, and man, when the Vi, she had the Nightshade, but that's a gun I literally have not seen that since the Rogue Mastery update came out. I haven't really seen the Nightshade from any top team, I'm gonna be honest. That is one gun that it just has not popped out. So now that this Vi has a KA-30 in hand, that is just making her so much more lethal. Whew, man. That is a problem on the map. The Vi able to zone off with those poisons, pushing out, making the plays, tying this bad boy up. And when you're able to get that first pick, like you said, that just opens up the floodgates for the rest of the map. So let's see how they're able to do on this offensive side, because right now is very important. You're up 2-1. You want to at least get 3 and try and get 4. Try and go up on the side that is not in your favor.
Yeah, so far, them winning the trades and them winning the gunfights here on these sides is what's probably the most important thing ever, because look at how much space, look at how much control they get just from having that, a beautiful instant, and they just pretty much just roll right on into it. They were trying to push to see if they could capitalize on the person that was down, but they end up biting off more than they could chew.
Yeah, but when you're able to get that first pick right now, this player down here at A, he is going to either win or lose them the round. It looks like somehow they do know that this player is over here, and they're going to be looking for him, but they're going to be backing off eventually out of those smokes. And that might be the play, as they did get another full kill. They got the word. And they're going to be rotating up to this B bomb site yet again, and they're going to be getting a free pick. Muscle Freak was able to get a big down with that Mamba, and now Muscle Freak, you walk into the muscle, and it might be over for you, and that's exactly what happened, as he was able to take out 2 players that round. Great stuff from Muscle Freak, and now Pulsa is in a 1v2 situation, and that is not going to go in his favor whatsoever, as he does lose that KA-30 battle, and that is a 3-1 advantage now for the side of Tyson mentality.
Yes, for right now, things seem to be going pretty well for Tyson mentality. Right Turtle has been able to at least get 1 round, but it overall has just been more of a problem, I would say, for Right Turtle. Things have not been looking good for them. A 3-1 is definitely not what you would want to see, but hey, it happens, and there's still plenty of rounds left to make sure that you have an opportunity to come back. You have about 3 more rounds left before you have to worry about swapping sides. So it's all about what you can get before you end up dealing with that swap, right? It's a matter of getting there. Sometimes that intermission, sometimes that swap is what you need to keep your mentality strong.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen this team, Tyson mentality, have just that this entire tournament. And right now, you already have 3 rounds. Like, you already, wow, that that is a situation where tenacity just saves your life, and that is why tenacity
Yeah.
is such a good perk in the game. My goodness, but if you are able to get this 4th round and go up, if you can go up 4-1, then at that point you're just really playing for extra stuff at that point, because you're already up. And right now this round is falling apart for them. One player went down, and wow, this squad in Right Turtle just absolutely used their aggression to push up off of that. They didn't even give them any room to breathe whatsoever. That ended very quickly.
Yeah, making it at least 3-2. Haven't tied up the score yet, but Right Turtle were looking extremely good that time around. They tried to push up on the side of Tyson mentality. They tried to make their way through Garage. And they're pushing in. You run into the obstacle of not only meeting an ensign, but you have to worry about whoever may be playing on their side of the fence right there, right? The minute you leave Garage, you're peeking out into 2 different angles. You have to worry about, excuse me, you have to worry about the window on B side, and then you also have to worry about small Garage that's also right in front of it, right? So there's 2 places it is that you can end up getting crossfired from, and that's exactly what we saw happen. It was really just a matter of wait and watch on the side of Right Turtle, right? They waited, and when they watched, it ended up paying off for them.
Yeah, and right now, Prosper, he does have that 24S in hand. He has been loving that weapon. We saw him on Switchblade back when Switchblade was allowed. I believe that was June or July, and Switchblade was absolutely amazing in Prosper's hands, mainly because of that 24S. He was beaming with it, so the fact he is using it now on the Dahlia, I'm not surprised to see him doing well with it. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now, is it looks like this is going to end up being a 3-3 situation. If he's not going to be able to clutch that one up, but the trade is not enough. And we got ourselves a 3-3 now. And Prosper right now with that 24S, he is putting in work with this Dahlia right now, doing it all for his squad.
It seems like for right now that they've managed to tie things up. Right Turtle have done well at making sure they snatch the momentum out of Tyson Mentality's court. And now we're looking at a 3-3 tie. Things are going well so far. I like how they've been overtaking a lot of different sites, honestly. They try and go A this time around. You have someone playing mid, obviously watching to see if they find the cross. They either get it down or they don't. If they don't find the down, then they find the damage. Sometimes it's all you need, as opposed to, make sure that you actually get a confirmed down, because you get the damage just like how they've been doing. And then eventually either leads to a down or they have to concede a lot of space. They're pushing in and being a lot more aggressive here. They even managed to get one, still trying to push in, trying to find the damage, find the time where necessary. One of them tries to swing in, but it's the utility is keeping him back, is preventing him from swinging in. He wasn't able to find the trade that he wanted with his team, and now we're looking at a 3v1 right now.
Yeah, and that player is trapped in a corner. He's going to get taken out. Man, good stuff coming out of Tyson Mentality right there. You love the trades. They were able to get that Dahlia down. They know they have to hand res that, and that's why he threw that molly at the wall. He said no one's going to be there. Make sure that if anyone is there, they're just going to be on that little, I don't even know what that is, that little L box inside a small garage. I'm not exactly sure if that's a toolbox or what exactly that little structure is there, but either way, they were able to get them off of that box as well. Note the last player was in that back corner. And now we got a Talon being locked in. Now, this is interesting. We haven't really seen Talon too much on this map, but we do know that he can be extremely useful. Now, a Chalk is going to be coming out on this offensive side for Right Turtle. Now, we have not seen Chalk, I believe, all day in Demolition. I might be wrong about, I believe we saw him once on Windward Demolition, but aside from that, I don't believe that we've seen Chalk yet today. So, we'll see how they're going to be using this bad boy, and also see if he has the new Chalk skin, because that's what's important, right? That's what's really important.
Yeah. Let's see, like for right now, as the round begins, Everyone's deploying, heading to their appropriate sites, and now the shoes on the other foot. Right Turtle will be the ones that actually push this aggression and make sure they can get the bomb down in a timely manner. They got plenty of time to be able to work with. I like how he's positioned back here too. Just watching to see if anybody crosses, sees if he can find some early shots as well. Breaks his way into garage. And then they're already knocking out the door of B site so far. Are they already in? I'm not too sure. They did make it in. They're actually planting the bomb already.
Yeah, and they were able to confirm that kill as well. This is just amazing stuff coming out of this squad. Straight aggression. We've seen Right Turtle in the past have a ton of aggression in the past, and it looks like they are doing it and doing it well right here, as they're now in a 4v3 situation. The bomb is down, and right now you gotta go crazy. Able to get the down onto the Dallas. Now 3v2 situation, still advantageous for the side of Right Turtle. You gotta win these engagements. Not able to win that one. Big stuff coming out of Early Boy winning there.
Ooh.
Dallas able to take him out, but he's not going to win that one. Now it's a 1v1, but he's so far away from the site that he's not having to worry about it. And this round is going to go in their favor, and that is just another round added to the score. 4-4 now. This bad boy's all tied up. You love to see it, man. Prosper, 10 downs already to his name on Dahlia, as well as 3 revives. He is really, really having a nice time. But it looks like that chalk, you know, right there was able to push up. Like you said, they were knocking on the door immediately.
Yeah. And I actually like how they played that too. They sent one through Big Garage. Dallas was pretty much watching to see if anybody crossed over, anyone that he could take an early shot on. Didn't find it. Breaks through Big Garage, and they pushed together. That's what's most important. They only had one sitting on B side, and nobody that was able to have an immediate rotation. They weren't able to rotate immediately because you had to worry about the Dallas and Big Garage. It's the same thing they're doing right now, and they're playing so far back. Are they letting them plant the bomb here? They're actually pushing in. They broke the window this time. They're trying to see if they can get any shots, but they end up losing that fight. They get one kill. One of them made it in, and they're pushing. I love how Right Turtle are playing this, man. I love them taking the pressure and keeping the control in Big Garage, forcing everyone off of site, and anyone that's playing back has to be concerned about them getting multi-swung, because anyone else that, we saw this happen twice already. One of them was on site, they had to back up, and then because they were able to concede so much space, they're just not even giving them the chance to think. They don't even give them the chance to rotate. By giving them a chance to rotate, you're allowing them to try and even it up, even up the odds, use that numbers advantage. And I think it would be so good here if they went to A site. I think they're just going to try and go B again because it's been working for them. But if they went to A here, faked out going to B and actually went to A, I think that would be so unbelievably good. But I think they're going to stick with it here. They feel confident enough on the B side push.
Yeah, you see the pre-nade coming out, not able to land. They're going for it now. You're seeing more and more pre-nades, but oh my goodness, that cannot happen, as Fulza does get taken out already.
Cool.
And right now, Tyson mentality, they're going to be feeling very good about that. That's a pick that you get, and you're immediately feeling confident about the round. You just know you got to keep on rotating, just do your job, get them off of the site. Oh, they're committing. So this right here is going to be the round right here. How this engagement goes, and right there you see his partner is going to be going down, and now he's got to try to run away, not able to be able to do that. And now it's only the Dallas left. And we got ourselves a 5-5 situation. We knew this was going to be a good series for sure.
Yeah.
Might not have known how good exactly it would be, though, as we are in for a treat for sure. As right now, Muscle Freak, he said, no, 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 I'll one-up you. I got you.
Yeah, that is already a great look so far, I would say, for Tyson mentality to be able to even the odds here. Obviously, you have Right Turtle. The ball still is technically in their court. However, that is a good time to stop the momentum. Even though it's tied, you can still carry that momentum over into the tie. You can still make things work out for you based on how you play. And I think Right Turtle right now are doing a great job. They got picked off earlier on in the round, last round, which sort of put a damper on their strategy. This time they're going A, and I love the fact they're going A too, because they aren't even, this is what I was hoping they would do last round, was land B and then make the rotation or the push for A, because that would have been so good. They already played so aggressive that would have kept their momentum going, and now they have to worry about the fact that they tried to push on the site, tried to plant the bomb down, but they were already ready for the rotation there.
Yeah, and right there, planting the bomb just was not the play. They didn't have the guy in the back security yet. This player wasn't smoked off. That was Muscle Freak. He wasn't smoked off or anything, so he was able to get some shots in. Other teammate was able to get that player off the bomb, didn't let him plant it, and that's just good stuff coming out of this squad. In Tyson mentality, looks like the bomb is going to be going down. Now, is this player going to be getting out? That's the next question, because right now, you got Quanatic with a KA-30 and Muscle Freak with a Mamba looking over you. I think this player's stuck on site.
Oh.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Great crosshair positioning as well, just to
out of
obviously be ready in case anybody tries to swing to take out the fight. He gets popped. He's going to lose that duel. Why? Having that crosshair positioning at a proper place makes it really good, but swings around, manages to get the Mamba. We're looking at a 2v1 right now. This is still doable. This is still possible. He gets one, but he's not going to be able to kill the other one in time. They will be able to defuse the bomb there, and Tyson mentality make this a 6-5.
Yeah, great stuff coming out of Tyson mentality. I'm not exactly sure. You know, the Dallas on the right turtle, he did have a devotion right there. Now, I'm not saying that a devotion isn't good. I'm just saying that there's some better options right now with the with the DMRs out there. I feel like if he would have had a Mamba, you know, maybe he would have won that. You know, the DMR or the excuse me, the Dallas devotion, if you will, it doesn't exactly have the fastest fire rate. So when you're going up against the KA-30, going up against the Mamba, it's gonna be really hard to win those engagements. You gotta essentially hit both of your shots. So having the trust to do that in yourself, you know, you gotta be confident. But at the end of the day, you gotta have some reality as well. So, you know, we'll see. Maybe they'll switch that up. You know, maybe not. We'll see how he's feeling. And hey, if you're hitting your shots, though, who am I to tell you what to use? Simple as that. Use what makes you comfortable. That's the whole point of Rogue Mastery, right?
One of them's already pushing in, though. Ronan rotates around and trying to see if they can provide the help, but it's only one person that is pushing up so far. I believe the rest of them, I believe he's just drawing attention away as they're using the Kestrel drones to try and see if they can create some space for themselves. They actually push into Garage through that, and they manage to get the bounce nade. They get 2 downs, and they finish up the round. I like that. I definitely like that. Ronan not flanks around, but rotates to try and see if she can help her teammate. They're already keeping good pressure on him. While she's rotating, the two of them open the garage door. They push into small garage and keep that pressure on. They use the Kestrel drones to originally get the downs. A great bounce nade as well to make sure they can cement even more bodies for the kill count. I mean, that's great, man. I really do like how they play B site. It's just a matter of whether Tyson mentality have been able to meet them or not off of those rotations, off those initial fights.
Yeah, right now, whoever's been getting the first pick has been winning the round. So it's really going to be about getting that first pick. The times the Tyson mentality have been able to come up, meet them, and get a pick while they're trying to push up, just like that. Those are the times that Tyson mentality have been winning. And that is the Kestrel going down. She's going to get right bound back up. Not going to have to worry about that, as well as the Talon. And now they got the aggression coming right back into B site. This Chalk is going to be pushing up with a 24S. He's going to be downing Muscle Freak. That's the Dahlia.
Wow,
going to be down in 2. He's got life drain, and he's going to go crazy, finishing off that player. And now
I
it's
love
only
how
one
they
left,
play
and
that,
going
man.
after him as well. Absolutely beautiful.
I love how they play that. They play that so effectively. It's so hard to account for. They're all going to one place, but it's the way how they get there. You have 2 of them that are trying to worry about pushing small garage. You have one that goes in the big garage. And if they lose that gunfight on the opponent's small garage, you have to worry about B side a lot, right? That's where it is they're trying to go for. You push in through the big garage, you have to worry about the opponent's small garage and B bomb site. 2 of them are going to push in through B bomb site garage. But think about where they have to also keep in mind, because if they need to play retake, then if they roll back and their small garage and big garage were just pushed through without any issue, then if they try and retreat off of bomb site, that entire spawn is open to whatever right turtle want to do. And I think that is so well played when they do that, man. They managed to get the down on him, though, and get rid of the bomb. That's not good so far. At least he has his ability to pick himself back up.
Yeah, and right now, not exactly sure why the Dahlia put herself in that position, but right here, Prosper gonna be downing him. And oh man, the Chalk was able to crawl all the way. So they're able to get that revive. Now they got to get out of this situation. The Dallas is looking over. Dallas is not going to be able to stop them from climbing back up, but the teammate is. The trade's going to be coming out, and now it's a Dallas in a 1v2 situation, but he does have stims. That is the new Dallas utility that he does have, and he's going to go ahead and start planning this bad boy, and now Quinatic going to need to clutch this 1v2. Most likely one player is going to be holding this site box, being prepared for this fight, but oh! Looks like Cool wasn't actually ready for it.
Oh, they do end up winning. Yeah, Right Turtle took that.
Yeah,
and they got the last kill.
Yeah, Right Turtle. Yeah. Yeah, they are going to be taking that first map win home, as they are going to be winning that first map 8-6. You love to see it, man. Good stuff coming out of the side of Right Turtle, as we're going to be moving on to a map number 2 now. And man, map number 2 is King of the Hill. Now, we have seen Right Turtle struggle in King of the Hill recently. Now, the question is how good are they going to be this month? Because, you know, it seems like it's a month-to-month basis with them right now. So they're really the X factor for this entire match, is how ready they are to win this thing. We've seen Tyson Mentality do extremely well today in King of the Hill. So this will definitely be a test for Right Turtle to see where they're at for this month.
And that's what's interesting to me as well. I'm excited to see the replays here on Prevailers, because I want to talk a little bit about how Right Turtle were performing here. Things were going a little bit awry at first. You had two rounds that went the way of Tyson Mentality, but this is what I'm talking about. You talk about the small garage, and then you're talking about the big garage before they move into this one in B-bomb site. This is so important to hold. If you do not hold this, it is beyond difficult to be able to hold B-side effectively. It's situations like that that make this so effective, because look at this. He throws the bounce nade, he gets one down. That doesn't win them the round. Guess where their other teammate is? It's in the smaller garage. He tries to back up on the side of Tyson Mentality, and somebody on the side of Right Turtle is already in small garage. They're already peeking that. So the minute that he tries to back up, he backs up to try to avoid the bounce nade, gets killed, and that's all thanks to that right side control. That right side control is so important on that map, and Right Turtle really knew how to play that map from there.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, looking at this series layout, now we're going to be going to a map that both teams are pretty familiar with. You know, this map got introduced around the time that Tyson Mentality was starting their runs, and we've already seen Right Turtle on this map multiple times because of the last month. And, you know, now it's going to be very interesting how this is going to play out in general. I'm excited to see this one, because this is a newer map. You know, it's the newest map that has been added to the King of the Hill rotation. And, you know, everyone is still learning how to play it. But one thing is for sure, is that Molly's our king on this map. If Scorch is not banned, you almost have to play her. That's been the feeling, but you know, who knows, man? I might get proven wrong. King of the Hill is the one mode where, you know, you might be picking a totally different comp and it might end up working out for you. Who ends up knowing, man? Sometimes you got to be throwing those X factors at the opponent if you want to come out with a dub.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm interested to see how they're end up going to play this Palace King of the Hill, because like I said before, I haven't really seen Palace King of the Hill before. I've seen Palace play with Demolition a lot, but not King of the Hill. And this is why I'm interested in seeing this, because we mentioned before, the previous weeks, Right Turtle hasn't been doing too great on King of the Hill. However, today, when we did see them play King of the Hill, they won very convincingly against their opponents. And so I'm interested to see if they'll carry some of that earlier mindset, that practice clearly that they've had with King of the Hill, and moving into this on Palace, right? That's what I'm more so interested in, is seeing how they will play again on King of the Hill, because we do know it is still, while it is one of their weaker game modes, they did extremely well today. So maybe it's that aspect of practice, or maybe it's just the game sense applying here, right? But that will be the case. We can only see if that's actually true once we actually get into Palace, once we actually get into King of the Hill. But even still, I'm excited to see it, because we've seen a lot of growth from a lot of these teams today. We've seen a lot of different perspectives from these teams today. A lot of these bans today have also been like we've seen Glitch get banned. We've seen Runway banned a lot. Who they banned this time? It's Anvil and Vi. So that means Runway's up. That means it is a possibility.
Yeah.
But once again, I don't know how I feel about her being a pick on King of the Hill because of how active the fights are. You may not be able to get as much utility as you would want.
Scorch, Dahlia, Runway, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a Lancer. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, if I'm drafting, I'm picking 4 of those 5 rogues. 100%. I'm picking Dallas, guaranteed. I'm picking Scorch, guaranteed. I'm picking Dahlia, guaranteed, because I'm not trying to die to fire. And either it's going to be Lancer, Kestrel. It's really up in the air about that 4th one. But yeah, those rogues should be pretty stapled with these bands in here. So it's going to be a pretty spicy match, to say the least, because I'm expecting a lot of fire. You know, Vi is very solid with those Vi poisons on this map, and just something extremely annoying to deal with. So not surprised by Right Turtle getting that one out of here. Tyson Mentality, interesting to see the Anvil. Maybe we'll see Tyson Mentality pull out the Mac. I doubt it on this map, but who knows? You know, I did say that I like these maps, these last 2 maps, for the side of Tyson Mentality. So we'll see how they're going to be able to perform, and hopefully they'll be able to prove this Right Turtle squad that they are here to stay, and that they are somebody that they need to watch out for. And it does sound like things are slowly getting ready in for Palace. And yes, we are going to be loading right on in. So let's not waste any time. Going to be going to this beautiful map. Man, I love this flyover. Absolutely amazing stuff. Man, gorgeous map, but even more gorgeous gameplay that we're going to be seeing out of these players, as this is the potential. This could be the last map of the qualifiers for this month. It could all end right here if Right Turtle is able to win on this brand new map. They're not a new team. They're not playing a new mode, but they are playing a new map, and we're going to see how they're going to be doing it right here, see what rogues are going to be locked in. So right now, hovering is the Kestrel. And there is the Dallas. Expected the Dallas to be locked in, most likely on both sides. So right now, those bans did finally come through, and there it is. There's the Lancer. There's the Runway. There's the Dallas, and where's the Scorch? That's essentially what I'm waiting for on that side. And then we got Dallas, Scorch, Dahlia, and Lancer. There it is. There's 4 for 4. Yeah. There it is. As simple as that. Yep. Call it yet again. It's like I said, with the bans in King of the Hill right now, you can kind of guess the comps that these teams are going to run. So yet on the other side, you got Dahlia, or you got the exact same thing, just with a Kestrel instead of a Dahlia. So either way, it's essentially a mirror match. Just that 5th rogue is a little bit up in the air. Like I said, it was going to be out of those 5 rogues, and you know that's exactly what it ended up being. So it's good to see that out of these squads. Like I said, a Lancer on both sides, Dallas on both sides, and a Scorch on both sides. We got ourselves a fiery, explosive match. But I got to favor the side with the Dahlia, 100%, just because of that fire immunity.
Yeah, it's actually crazy to be able to see not only this almost mirror match, but more so just the fact that these characters have been picked so consistently on King of the Hill, and I think it does attribute to what you were saying earlier. I mean, it is a matter of having a lot of these duelists, a lot of these characters that are great at fighting one-on-one, a lot of these more close quarters battles, and what better characters to do it with that, right? They may not have the Dahlia on the side of Right Turtle, but they do have Kestrel, and it's all about forcing people out of these angles. It's all about retaking, especially on King of the Hill. You have a lot of use the respawn to your advantage, is what I'm trying to say. Use the respawn to your advantage, and it will work out every time. And I think Right Turtle's draft does a good job of doing that.
Yeah, this is a very solid draft for sure. And I do like the double stems coming out of that side. I've said before, you know, those stems can make a difference. So that's why I'm not mad at the Kestrel whatsoever. You know, you got Dallas with the stems, but having 2 with the stems, that's even better. And right here, you guys can already see the side of Tyson Mentality. They were able to take over this first hill, and oh man, they're already rotating to the second hill. They're giving up all this time, so it looks like this is going to be a nice 40 point. Oh man, the player actually came back, and now they got a 1v1 for this old time. And Prosper, is he going to win this 1v? Oh, he's going against the Scorch ult. Yeah, okay. Oh, but he's not able to get it. Oh my goodness. Lucky that he had a teammate there. It looked like he was about to actually make it happen. My goodness, but they are able to get those 40 points on that first hill, heading into this second one in this back palace area. And that is a very solid first hill going up against this squad of Right Turtle.
They do at least manage to trade things out 1-for-1, though. They do know that the point is being contested, but they're able to get kills. Just great positioning on the side of Right Turtle. And they're stepping up to make sure they get these trades for their teammates. This seems like a hard site to be able to actually push in, because there's a lot of choke points it is that you actually have to run through. They do end up coming through main, but I think if they just hold this corner right here, yeah, I think that's going to be extremely important. You hold this corner, you will be chilling. There's nothing it is you'll have to be concerned about, I guess, except for that maybe getting the long flank. And that's more so why I was talking about making sure that you hold that corner. It was hard for them to do that, obviously, because they were being oppressed from so many different angles. But you hold that left corner, yeah. There's not a lot it is that you have to be worried about there, you know?
Yeah, and Muscle Freak right now, he was able to hit that flank, get up top, take out both of those players. And anytime you're able to get a 4-man wipe on this map, you're going to be spawning so far out, you might as well go to the next hill. And that's exactly what they did. And right now, they got 80 points right now, Fawn. And they're halfway there. They're doing it right now. They are making Right Turtle not look like the King of the Hill juggernaut that we saw them be when King of the Hill first came out. And ooh, man, that would have been a nasty bounce nade. Not able to get the... Ooh, he is able to get the trade. Great stuff coming out of him. You got to hit all those headies if you want to win that one. And right now, man, they're going to need to get back to that hill ASAP, because right now, this is the stalemate. This is the hill where two people with fire immunity, aka the Scorches, can just sit on either side, and it's going to be almost impossible for either team to get a point unless they are going to be hitting a flank just like this. Now let's see if Prosper is going to be able to make his team prosper on this hill. Going to need to hit this. Now there is a player behind him that just didn't line up, but it's not going to matter. He just killed and burned 2, and now he's got to turn and kill this final player. That's not going to happen, but it's all good. His team is there to go ahead and start getting these points, and they're going to full kill those players. And right now, let's go ahead and get an instant replay, as that 2-piece was absolutely nasty. Great stuff coming out of Prosper. I said with this 24S, Prosper is a problem, and you can see right there, that boy does not miss bullets.
I like the aspect of the Scorch pushing out as well to make sure that the Lancer flank was just as effective. She pushes out through double doors. Like she has main double doors, and so she pushes out through. And you have to be concerned, because it means that if you push out through that angle, you have to be watching in front of you. You can't watch 2 angles at once, even if you have 2 different people. By that time, Prosper had already flanked around all the way in the back. You already are dealing with a situation now where you have to deal with the Scorch, and man, it is really looking like Right Turtle are really starting to put on a clinic. They're starting to understand what they might need to do on this map too, and drop down from above. If they hold this for long enough, if they hold for this 50 seconds, then not only do they have an overtime situation, but they won't have that much of a point differential between the scores.
Yeah, it'll go right to that sudden death and might end right after it starts. And it's really going to come down to that, is these final 2 pushes. So these last 8 kills are the most important ones. There's 1, and that's going in the way of Tyson mentality. That's 2 in the way of Tyson mentality. That's 3 in the way of Tyson mentality. And they're going to be pushing into this site. And now, they got to essentially just run straight at the hill. There's 12 seconds left. Yeah, this is not going to work out whatsoever. Tyson mentality is going to lock up this round for sure. At least they should.
The Prosper's still on site. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Ron. They still have an opportunity here. They do. Oh, but Prosper loses that fight. They can't make it there in time. That's so unfortunate.
Oh, yeah. That was so close, man. Prosper, he almost did it to him. You're right. He almost did it. That was close.
And to be honest with you, if they had known that Muscle Freak was staying up on top of the roof right there, if Prosper would have looked up, because he genuinely had no idea that Muscle Freak was even up there, if he would have looked up, that would have been curtains. Like, that definitely would have cemented them that overtime that they were so desperately looking for, and a few other points in the back, and then a few extra points in the back pocket as well. They're playing well, but also Right Turtle, I think that they are getting used to playing on this map. I'm not sure if they're entirely new to this map. I'm pretty sure they've definitely played on this map before, but it's just a matter of them just trying to wait, honestly. Like, they're biding their time, trying to see what is a good angle to be able to take, and they get a great shot onto Pool as well. But great flank from Slapodopoulos. They play around. They play around that so well, and they even get better better damage.
Ooh.
They even force the person on top of roof to not even peek, and it just allows them to clean up.
Yeah, great stuff coming out of Slop right now. This entire squad, they are absolutely shredding on this first hill. And you know what that means? If it's 30 seconds left and you get wiped on the first hill, you're most likely just going to go ahead, try and set up for this second hill. And you can see Slop is already inching his way over toward that B hill. And, ooh, man, we got to contest. And Picro said, you know what? Give me those last 10 seconds. And that's major. Because that's the difference between being down 40 and only being down 20. Like, people don't understand. Sometimes if you can come in and steal those last few seconds away, that can be a big 20-point difference simply because every single second is doubled. Whatever you get, they would have gotten. So if you're able to come in and take that in, it's going to be a lot better for you going into the second hill. And now they're looking at a much more reasonable situation other than being down 60-0 off the rip.
Yeah, they're able to. This point seems to be one that they've always had an issue holding, especially from last round. This was really where the struggle started, right? This was really where it was hard for Right Turtle to try and find their footing on this one because of it seems like the amount of angles it is that you have to keep an eye on is dangerous. And that means that they're able to flood into points so easily, and any time where you step off of the point, somebody's probably already on it, right? So I think they might even be trying to give this one up and just see if they can contest for the next one, to be fair. They're just looking for... Yeah. Dahlia's already set up. She's already here just to try and just to get a look out, you know, just get a peep at what might be setting up. And she's the only one over here for right now. They're completely giving that point up and just looking to try and contest that one for now.
Woof. And Dahlia with 6 HP, excuse me, going to be healing up right in that fire, just trying to hold down for her squad before they are going to be able to come in. But right now, this hill is in the control of Right Turtle right now as they are inching their way to tying this game one step closer. He's not going to see that lantern. She was in her boots.
Yeah.
So that snap is not going to be picking her up. Great stuff out of that lantern. And now Right Turtle is going to be getting control yet again. And Prosper with this 24S, he is going to be chilling down here, playing like a rat. Just getting ready to shoot all these players right in the back as one's bound to hop right on over, right? Gotta be. There it is.
There it is. There's one. Will he get two? Oh, no, but his teammate comes around to help just for a little bit, and they're already pretty low, so it's hard for them to even try and contest that.
Yeah, extremely difficult to contest. And being able to win points on this hill specifically is massive because this is the biggest contest hill maybe in the game. Like it's two players sit just on the other side of each door. You know, you're not really supposed to get too many points.
Oh, wow.
Nice shots coming out of Prosper, man. Like I said, this 24S,
man.
This bad boy is shredding as he is not letting anyone breathe, not giving anyone an inch of room. As a player's coming across the zip line, that's a free kill. Another player coming across the zip line, that's a free kill. He's at the shooting range right now. Is Prosper logic? And right now, they're bringing this bad boy back, and they have not dropped a point in at least 40 points right now. And this final hill is going to be all theirs. Is Prosper. My goodness, Prosper doing 108. Man. Absolutely nasty shots coming in with the 24S. Those are shots that I could only wish to hit in my dreams. This guy is proving why he is on this squad and why this squad is one of the best two squads in the game. They are absolutely shredding right now, especially with this 24S. He's trying to down people all the way from over 50, 75 meters. He doesn't care. He says, if I can see you on the map, I'm putting bullets into you, and that is going to be all she wrote. They're not even letting them come close to this hill. This thing is going to be over, and we're going to a 1-1 situation.
Yeah, that is... absolutely crazy, man. One flank set up all of that. This is their round. They've tied things up at 1-1 now on the side of Right Turtle. This is literally going. This is literally the first final point of King of the Hill that we have had all day today. The first final point of King of the Hill.
Wow. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible, man. Just disgusting shots coming out. Even the Simtex able to do 48 damage on that player before he hit him. Like, great stuff. 1-2. They lined up. 1-2. Absolutely amazing stuff. Just keep on rolling. Keep on shooting right here. Able to down P-Crew. Down in another player across. But, man, he's real all by himself. in that little minute section, man. Great stuff coming out of Prosper Logic. He is showing that he is the 24S player. I might dub him the best player with a 24S right now. I might go ahead and do that.
Oh, wow. Great shots on Cool once again. This point seems to be extremely hard to try and keep a hold of right now. They are playing on the roof, though. Almost gets down. 5 HP literally remaining. It's 3-5 currently. He is getting shot, though. Gets swung around on. And they're going to try and see if they can flood this objective for now. Here they are, just trying to hold. They're just trying to hold right now. They're just trying to keep this site as long as they can, but gets forced out by the utility.
Yeah, the utility is so important. KA30 and it's max upgraded that's in Slopodopolis' hands. So he's going to be feeling very confident. Everyone should have everything almost fully upgraded by now. It looks like Quanatic, he still doesn't have his fully upgraded. Not exactly sure why. We'll probably see that done. Oh, man! And he is going to be using this new runway gun, which is very interesting. I think that's the first time that we've seen it in competitive, which is pretty cool. And right now, Right Turtle, they have control of this B hill, and they're not letting up. All 4 of these players are going to be pushing in from this left side. And now it's going to be all up to Slopodopolis and company to stop them.
I love this position, man.
Going down. Yeah, good stuff. Able to help his teammate. No. Oh, but he wasn't able to finish him. Oh my goodness, he wasn't able to finish Early Boy. And Early Boy got a life drain proc off of the other player. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely incredible stuff going down right now. As this team in Tyson mentality, they are not giving up. They are not letting up whatsoever. Oh my God, Prosper. The absolutely disgusting shots. Jesus Christ. Good stuff coming out of him. 60 damage even right there. Great stuff. 2 players are going to be dropping. There is going to be one more that is going to be the Scorch. Going to need to take them out. Looks like they did actually wipe everyone. The Scorch is going to be heading over to that next hill already. Beautiful stuff coming out of Right Turtle. And this is the Right Turtle starting to come online that we have talked about for so long.
As they head into the next point as well, they have the double doors on lock. This is probably one of the harder sites to try and break through when somebody has control of it already. Tries to swing around and see if they can get the help, but doesn't find it. Instead gets swung from the bridge area. And now he's playing as passively as he can. Drops down and manages to win the fight there. That's already 1 missing. Now it's looking a little bit more. He's trying to jump up there, but I don't think he can make it quite from up there at all. Instead, he gets taken down. Slopodopolis gets killed. And now they're worried about trying to hold onto this point here. Hey, here comes him once again. Gets hit for 80. Scorch is looking low, but they aren't quite able to follow up on that. Trying to push through a beautiful position as well from the Dallas. Just keeping an eye on it. Cool gets the kill, but they are now in control over the objective. They have the King of the Hill spot now.
Yeah, and what I like to notice is that Quanatic is fighting for spawns right now. He's not even worried about the C hill. He knows how strong D hill is and how much of a power position it is that he's just going to hang out over there. They get the spawns. Even if his team dies, it's not a big issue. They'll spawn out into the correct place where they want to be. And they're fine with taking this 40-point deficit into the final hill. Man, this is kind of ballsy, but we'll see if it's going to pay off for him. When you're going up against one of the top teams, you got to pull out all the stops. Quanatic, able to live with 4 HP. That's massive. Hitting those stims, able to be a whole new player, ready for a whole nother gunfight. It's just so good, man. That's why people have loved those stims for King of the Hill. And right now, Quanatic is trying to lock it down, making sure nobody can come in on this backside roof. You guys can already see that's exactly the position that they are trying to take. But right now, you can see the reason why he went over there. It's almost already going to be a tie game as they are fighting for this position over here in this little alley, man. Getting over to here is just so tough, especially if you go down because you're going to spawn out. And right now, it's a tie game, but that's exactly what Right Turtle needed to break it open, and that's what they got. And that's a 4-man wipe, 30 seconds left. All those players are going to be spawning out, and Right Turtle may have just sealed themselves as the 5th seed for the CMG 10K main event.
Yeah, they're Tyson mentality, though. They still got 20 seconds left. It depends on who gets the picks from here on out. They're trying to slowly flood their way in. They know somebody's around the corner. He gets down, though. That's 1 already taken out of the fray. Who is remaining on the side of Tyson mentality? Doesn't look like much. 5 seconds remaining. They can't even make it to touch the objective to contest. Right Turtle, you are correct, Rome. They are the ones that submit their 5th seed here to the main stage. My goodness, 2 against Tyson mentality. Hard fought from Tyson mentality all day, honestly. I mean, you can't even say that they weren't giving it their all. They played well. They beat a lot of great players today, and they just couldn't hold up to it in grand finals.
Yeah. Yeah, they played absolutely amazing for sure. That King of the Hill was extremely close. Even the demolition was so close, 8-6 in that one as well. We got some series replays coming in because this was definitely a series worth rewatching. And Fawn, go ahead and tell me how this one went down, man.
Yeah, it was an entirely neck and neck game oh man, there's so many things it is to talk about here. I had already talked about this at length, is the control of right side on Favela's, just the overall contesting of B round after round after round, and Right Turtle's confirmation into being able to hold it so easily. I think that's what's important here. Not only that, but taking a look at how Right Turtle were able to adapt on pallets as well. Going down with a big point deficit at the very, very first round, and then coming back 2 rounds in a row made this so effective for them. I mean, honestly. I mean, Right Turtle, they adapted on the fly, and we saw that happen here. Huge props to Prosper Logic right there, man. I mean, on the Lancer, this is why we were talking about earlier, and also why I talked at length about how prominent Lancer can be as to when you are allowing her to do what she does best, that is flank, open up space from different angles, because a lot of the time they can't hear you when you're approaching from all those different angles. That is what is most important. And you have a situation right here where Prosper is utilizing it to the utmost degree. That's why I was a little bit iffy on seeing a lot of these Lancers throughout the tournament today sort of play this front forward facing in your face Lancer, which I don't think works at all, man. I think that is so hard to be able to utilize effectively. And of course, it being Respawn, of course, it being King of the Hill, the other Lancer has a little bit of a harder time trying to get in because of how many angles are already being watched, right? So the flank isn't as easy. However, with this being the case, dude, I mean, Prosper definitely showed how Lancer should be played, man. And I'm overall so impressed with how Right Turtle played throughout this entire tournament. And here they are, 2-0, cementing themselves for a spot at main stage.
Oh yeah, absolutely awesome. You're right. That Lancer play was definitely the deciding factor in that match right there, man. And you know what that means. After they win the series 2-0, that does mean that next weekend they are going to be that 5th seed, with Tyson mentality being the 6th seed in the CMG 10K main event for September. And man, that is going to be amazing. I cannot wait for that one. We have so many good teams that have qualified over these 3 qualifiers. It is going to be an absolute war, an absolute bloodbath, and might be my favorite 10K that's happened so far. It's going to be extremely good, man. Can't wait for it.
Yeah,
right now, you guys see the $10,000. Yeah, the $10,000 main event, man. It's going down next weekend. It will be October 1st and 2nd. So even though it did get pushed back 1 week, it is going to be October 1st and 2nd. Going to be starting next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It is going to be absolutely incredible. Watch all these teams that we've been watching. We get to watch them finally battle it out, man. It's been a long month. It's been a long time coming. Fawn, what are your final thoughts, man? Let me know.
I think that it's been a great tournament. Honestly, I'm really glad to be here once again, being able to cast and casting with you for the first time as well, Rome. I'm super happy about that. I think it was a good showing today. I think a lot of teams really tried to put their best foot forward. They really tried to show their stuff today, and they did. We saw a lot of adaptation, a lot of mid-match adaptation that we saw from Right Turtle towards the end on Palace. We saw a lot of great players today. Tyson mentality actually moving in and sweeping, making it all the way to grand finals, a time where we typically wouldn't see them. Here they are. And I think they did a great job, man. I am honestly just so impressed with the level of play it was that we saw today and how intense main stage is going to be.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing gameplay, super intense, and man, this was just an absolute blast, man. Appreciate everybody that tuned in to this qualifier number 3. It was amazing being here casting it with Fawn. Shout out to him, man. Great job casting it together for the first time, man. Great stuff out of us, man. Man, this This tournament is going to be amazing, man. Make sure you guys tune in next week. All I got to say is all these teams are extremely ready for that main event right now, man. New Rogue Runway is here, and that's bringing some amazing gameplay. You guys aren't going to want to miss it next week when that $10,000 prize pool gets split up between the top 6 teams that make it, man. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And I'm Rome DMV signing out. I hope that everyone has a great night and a great one, man.